First on BBC One, Premier League football in Match of the Day with Desmond Lynham.
Good evening. One thing that's absolutely certain here on Match of the Day is Premiership football is anything but predictable. Another twist in the title race for you this evening, and some big moments as we do have established ourselves a four-way race for the Championship. Manchester United have had an inconsistent October, but they finish it with a flurry. Chelsea were there for them to start a brand new month. A big game took place at Old Trafford.
A real opportunity now for Manchester United to really cut Chelsea apart. That's 2 points. Oh, he fell for Solskjaer, deflected wide.
It's the big North East derby, Newcastle United and Middlesbrough. It was a big occasion, a big moment, certainly that for big players and big personalities.
Ginola, Beardsley, Ferdinand, Beardsley again. Is he going to go for goal? He is. Oh, it's off the post. Oh no! Second attempt.
We have all the games in reaction from all the other moments in today's games in the Premiership, including a decision or two that will cause some controversy. And of course, we've got a most controversial double act keeping us on track tonight. Trevor and Trevor join us. But first to Old Trafford, Manchester United had looked as if they were going to march away with the Premiership until they were beaten by Newcastle United a couple of weeks ago at St James's Park. But since then, Manchester United have been unbeaten at Old Trafford for over a year. Could Chelsea upset the apple cart? I mean, you can have a guess. What might be better if you watch? Commentary for this one comes from Trev Motson.
Well, here we are at Old Trafford, and I have to say that if United keep winning, it's going to be really difficult for their rivals. So the onus really on Chelsea to see if they can really stand the United side and give hope to them. And the likes of Aston Villa, Arsenal and Liverpool, and Aston Villa as well, challenging at the top end of the table. And maybe we might get a good decent championship race. So the onus really on Ruud Gullit's side, but the pressure on Manchester United to keep that lead at the top. So Eric Cantona is alongside Solskjaer. David Beckham moves into midfield. No Roy Keane. So Jody Cruyff will play on the right hand side of midfield. David May partners Gareth Pallister in defence. With Europe and everything else, the squad has to be rotated. Bjarne Hughes, the former Manchester United goal boy, up front. Robbie Di Matteo in behind, but no place in the 11 for Gianfranco Zola. So a big game here at Old Trafford. Can Alex Ferguson's men keep their heads above water at the top of the table? Here's Nicky Butt. Chelsea in blue, Manchester United of course in red. We've almost hit the 2nd minute mark here at Old Trafford. Boborski chipping it in, looking for Cantona, who got up and onto the roof of the net. And Karim, the Russian goalkeeper, who played here in the recent Euro 96, and let that one go over the top. There's the Matteo, the Italian, Dennis Wise of course, and Cynic Dunnett got the t-shirt. Former Wimbledon player of course. Petrescu's cross, Hughes with a header. And what a moment that may have been for him against his old club, a club that served so well in 2 different spells. And he knows where the reckon of nets are at Old Trafford all right. Good ball to Petrescu. Over 8 minutes gone here at Old Trafford. Still United 0, Chelsea 0. Big Premier League game this. Petrescu's cross. Again towards Hughes. Pallister has conceded a corner. I think he had to get across there because Hughes and Vialli were absolutely lurking. Murphy's forward from the back, so too is Eddie Newton. This is Di Matteo now. This is Eddie Newton. Good opportunity for him. Unfortunately, oh, Newton again! Oh, he nearly defied his namesake Isaac and got the ball through and shot wide. It was almost like Isaac Newton, the way that football was going around there as that ball came out to Newton. Almost defied the lengths of gravity to give Chelsea the lead. To nearly give Chelsea the lead. Scott Minto, former Charlton player. Here's Eddie Newton. Good ball to Vialli. Good play as we go past the halfway mark of the first half. Well, we're past it now anyway. Di Matteo can't hit them. It didn't hit it that well that time. He's playing some really good stuff here. And at the moment, the manager out the two won't be doing the most worrying at the moment, I would suggest, would be Alex Ferguson at the moment, because his team have been second best in this opening half an hour. Having said that though, Clark has conceded a free kick. A foul on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Not sure whether that was an actual foul or not. I think Solskjaer may have made a little bit of a meal of it, but nevertheless it is a free kick. Opportunity now for Manchester United to really cut Chelsea apart. That's 2 points. Oh, he fell for Solskjaer, deflected wide. Karim was nowhere really. It was a bit of a higgledy-piggledy sort of a free ball played in, and the ball came off, and it came off flank the bar, and it could have easily gone anywhere. And it is a United corner. Chelsea with more defending to do. Short to Neville. Beckham. Oh, no way through, and Minto then just boots the ball out of play. That's inviting more pressure onto Chelsea now. Well taken by Neville to Beckham. Back to Neville, working in tandem on that right. Here's Butt. Cross towards Poborski. He's been absolutely non-existent in this first half, really, the Czech Republic international. Here he is now. Big opportunity for Poborski. Still playing it in there, but now what's the referee giving here? What's he giving here? The yellow card's going to be shown, I think, to Dan Petrescu, is it? A yellow card? No, it's just a talking to. I think a free kick has been awarded. Let's see. Poborski right on the edge of the area. Yes, it was just outside the box as Petrescu took him, so it was a free kick. And possibly to David Beckham. It was very close to being a penalty. It's either him or Cantona who's going to take it. It's going to be Beckham. Without a shadow, but that's deflected and didn't go in. Well, I must admit I expected a net to ball, but it hit Sinclair and just wide of that near post. Well, that far post rather. How unlucky can you get? Chelsea living on their nerves a bit towards the end of that first half, I must admit. But here they are now, 7 minutes into the second half, still at 0-0, and with every chance of every possibility as Hughes placed the ball in there. May hurried into the clearance somewhat, and a throw to Chelsea. Some more pressure invited onto Manchester United. Chelsea having more of the play there, as you can see. 57% to 43%. So Chelsea making most of the running, but it's still 0-0. Behind Hughes, Vialli! The title race is definitely back in the balance now. If Chelsea can hold out for the remaining time that remains. Gianluca Vialli. He was brought to Stamford Bridge to get crucial goals like that, and boys, he just repaid his manager route on it. They came here with a game plan. They were going to take the game to United. That's exactly what they've done. Good dummy there by Hughes, and in came Vialli to strike a huge dagger into the title defence of Manchester United, and now this opens up the door for Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool and Villa now. could be in for some second half of the title race now. 1-0 to Chelsea. But still a long way to go. Cruyff now for United. They don't give in that easily, Ferguson's men. You can be sure of that. Beckham, Cantona, Beckham again. Baborski wants it. Well, Robert Cruyff wants it. Sorry. This is Cruyff. Trying to show a little bit of Johan in his way. Cantona! Oh, so many times this season, the saviour of Manchester United, especially in the Champions League. They couldn't turn it around this time in the Premier League and the Premiership. Look at that. Oh, he's hit it well wide. In fact, it was a lot wider than it first looked from the gantry, from the naked eye. Cruyff. But again, Eggers a space in the midfield. But he's run straight into Di Matteo. And run it well. Here's Hughes. He's had a super game on his return to Old Trafford. Petrescu to Hughes. Good ball. And Vialli could steal in. Vialli! Well, that may have put the result beyond any doubt and beyond Manchester United too with it. Hughes to Di Matteo to Hughes, and Hughes with a brilliant side row pass. And just wide, and that wasn't far away. Neville. It's becoming desperate now for Manchester United, and that's a foul. That's going to be a bookable offence, surely. Yellow card had to be given, I suppose. Neville was absolutely whacked to the ground here. You could say poleaxed. Oh, and I tell you what, I think Minto is a very lucky man. I think that's a red card. He's a lucky boy to even be given a yellow one, let alone a red. And Chelsea arguably should have been down to 10 men. We're in the 90th minute. More often than not, United score. We're into what they call Fergie time. Carling was punched away. And not away. Poyon says the referee. They looked a foul there. But the referee's told that United had to play and they've got plenty forward. Cross came in from Neville. Knocked away once more. Neville will get a second bite of the cherry. He'll keep it in play. Uses Butt. Now Nicky Butt now for United. And they're going to go to the left flank perhaps. Solskjaer to start denied. And down Petrescu. To bring it away. And there goes the final whistle. Well, the title race has been blown wide open. United have been beaten at Old Trafford. And Chelsea, who are having an impressive season. They won earlier on against Arsenal and Highbury. This season they've only gone into Old Trafford and won here. Gianluca Vialli's goal. 20 minutes into the second half did it. They had to survive a United onslaught, but survive it they did. And they've won here at Old Trafford amazingly by a goal to 0.
Chaps, got to go to yourself first. We've got to talk about it. Huge win there for Chelsea. Some real potential that they've shown and a big moment for them. Yeah, I can't disagree with you. I thought Chelsea were excellent. Manchester United, for me, they're showing a little bit of fatigue. They've had the week off because it's been UEFA Cup, but just doesn't quite seem to be clicking for Manchester United. I think their great form was set up by the great performances by Eric Cantona. Now he's not really playing as well, particularly in the Premiership. I think United are struggling, and that showed today. They lacked a bit of goal threat for me. And what did you make of Chelsea? Well, I think credit needs to go here to Ruud Gullit in his game plan, because he set Chelsea up to have bodies in the middle and to soak up Manchester United pressure and to look to break quickly. And it worked fantastically for them today. Chelsea have played with one centre forward most of the season. He goes with two today, takes a gamble, and that's what I love about it as well. Sometimes you play big games, you sort of know, well, we're probably going to get beat, but we'll keep it tight as well. But he's gone, no, we're going to go for it, and I think all the credit to them. Well, that win opens up for everyone else in the Premiership as it took place. Gerald Sinstadt here runs through all the games. Leeds United were able to get going with their first win of the season, and it was Carlton Palmer that was likely to it, arriving after a weird push by Tony Coton. Palmer strike Leeds to a good home win. Wimbledon and Arsenal perhaps played the best game of the day, but the best decision perhaps wouldn't have gone the best way if you're a Wimbledon fan. David Platt's cross has gone in, the header arrived from right, Referee Paul Durkin pointed the spot after Kimball just catching Platt. It was Platt that took the penalty and scored it. And so far it looked like Arsenal was in full control of the game. But Wimbledon have made a sterner stuff this season, led by Vinnie Jones and Mick Harford's combination. Robbie Earle in the end was able to play a lace ball back in that found its way to FN Akoku. His strike caught out David Seaman and the equaliser duly arrived. Selhurst Park is enjoying perhaps its best spell of football that it's Wimbledon have seen since their move there 6 years ago. Leonardson combined to find a gap which eventually puts the crazy gang in the lead. Tony Adams might regret his position in that one. Leonardson is not going to regret that finish. Nothing David Seaman could do. Late in the second half though there was to be an equaliser, and it arrived in the end through Paul Merson. Arriving on David Platt's cross, unmarked in the area, headed the ball home. Just 90 seconds of added time remaining. Arsenal with a huge point within the title race. Nottingham Forest show there's real troubles at the moment, so they were comfortably swept aside at Villa Park. Slobodan Mosevic's pullback eventually met Andy Townsend, and the Aston Villa's captain went ahead and put them in the lead. Nottingham Forest failed to really offer any resistance as the rest of the game went on, and in the end it was a comfortable performance and second goal which sealed things. Julian Jochi and Milosevic combining in the end, and in the end the former Leicester man was able to play the ball through for Ian Taylor. One touch to control, another back to Milosevic, a tap in. The Yugoslav international striking Aston Villa and Villa Park win again. Big London derby was settled by a single goal in the end. Early in the first half, Spurs thought they'd got it, especially when Fox's header ball couldn't be kept up by Milosevic and it was tapped in by Chris Armstrong. But the referee rightly pulled it up for offside. Armstrong couldn't believe it, but replay showed it was the right decision. It wasn't to deter Spurs, eventually were able to get the breakthrough, and it was Raul Fox that found it in the end, finding half a yard to get a shot to curl round defender and goalkeeper and strike the back of the net. Spurs, though, have had a really poor start to this season. Jerry Francis afterwards said their season starts now. An early cross, an early corner, a header, and a volley which Paolo Wanchop saw to hit with his wrong foot. At least that's what the officials may say. Derby County taking the lead against Leicester City. Looks a real signing, Paolo Wanchop, and indeed Derby County looked to be a side which really has shown some potential this season, especially when Ward was able to dispossess Pryor and march on through one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And a cool, calm finish is what you need in these situations. Ashley Ward showed just that. Big win for Derby County at home at Pride Park. Sheffield Wednesday and Southampton was all tied in the end of the match, especially when Hurst played through and played Andy Bouvin. His finish at the near post was too good for Dave Besant, and Sheffield Wednesday took the lead. The Dave Besant side at the moment have been struggling to retain lead since their earlier season form in August, and in the end Jason Dodd was brought down in the area by none other than Des Walker. Referee pointed to the spot. Protest arrived from Wednesday, but there could be no doubt, and there was no doubt with the spot kick. Matt Le Tissier has not missed a penalty in the Premiership, maintained his perfect record and rescues a point for the Saints. Blackburn produced the shock of the day in the end as they welcomed in their new manager, and it showed with a change of pace from the Premiership champions of just 2 years ago. Lars Bohinen got the opening goal. Liverpool and Roy Evans said this was certainly an afternoon they wish to forget, but doesn't think it'll be terminal of their season. But Blackburn Rovers were heading for a terminal season until this wonderful turnaround. Stuart Ripley and Kevin Gallagher combining in the end to pay through, Gallagher providing the finish and answering the question, and then Shearer who? And Blackburn Rovers were to get a third and really compound a miserable afternoon for Liverpool in the end. Chris Sutton, who's been largely quiet this season, was turned provider. Gallagher played an excellent ball, and Jason Wilcox beat Mark Wright to the ball. His finish was far too good for David James. A huge win and their first one of the season for Blackburn Rovers. One apiece again between Coventry and Everton, but Everton has shown signs of recovery again. It seems that the seasonal form's just starting to overtake, and Coventry at the moment can't buy a win. They couldn't stop Gary Speed. His excellent effort puts Everton in the lead, and quite comfortably so. The question was though, could Coventry find an equaliser? A Gary McAllister corner provided it, Peter Newcastle eventually got the header. It was off the bar and far too good, and eventually the flag went up to signal goal. Everton pegged back in the end. So after those performances, it was all set for Newcastle United. The big game that took place against Middlesbrough. If they won here, they would go top of the Premiership. St James's Park stood in anticipation of this one, as does our man in the comments box for this one. It's Trevor Davis.
Well, the Tyne Tees derby is as big as it can perhaps get in this part of the world. Pride in the north east of England is at stake. So far is for position in the Premiership. Newcastle United know, after faltering last week against Leicester City, this is a big chance to get back on track. But standing across from them are their great rivals. Middlesbrough, though, have shown real promise this season, perhaps lacking a bit of consistency away from home. Newcastle United know that this week, which could involve them potentially marching towards European football next year, very much keeps their eye on the Premiership and that elusive crown. Newcastle United are without Alan Shearer, who was on the bench with a niggle. Ferdinand and Asprilla lead the attacking lineup. Beardsley and David Batty are in the middle, with Keith Gillespie coming in at the right of midfield. Middlesbrough, Juninho, Emerson, Stamp and Robbie Mustoe make up the midfield. Beck and Ravanelli are pass fit. Nigel Pitson is passed by Sid Vickers, number 4, with Clayton Blackmore filling in at right back. Stamp there, just caught Gillespie, take it quickly. Batty central. Gillespie does well to control that. Crosses blocked in the end. Ravanelli. Beck, number 9. Emerson, good turn. Mustoe. Emerson's got it again. Slides in to win it. Sliding in through Peter Beardsley. Referee Paul Durkin issues nothing but a warning. Well, from a derby standpoint, a full-blooded challenge is what you need to get the blood pumping in a game, and one of this will be that. Darren Peacock towards Asprilla. Beardsley away from Juninho. Ferdinand, Asprilla! One touch football at its finest. Faustino Asprilla scores. Newcastle United have the lead in the 4th minute. Beardsley to Ferdinand. Simple pass in the end into Asprilla that took it nicely. Bit of luck in winning possession here, but there was the key moment. Beardsley gets it away from Juninho, and then it's one-touch football, which is just electric. Ferdinand through Nigel Pearce out of the match, Sturridge Vickers, and Asprilla strikes it brilliantly. Well done. Gillespie again, long towards Asprilla. He's not afraid to run down the channels. Give Gillespie the opportunity to either overlap him or come from the middle. Here's Beardsley, certainly got a pass or two in him. Ginola, Beardsley, Ferdinand, Beardsley again. Is he going to go for goal? He is. Oh, it's off the post. Oh no! And second attempt, flashes wide from Asprilla. Newcastle United carving Middlesbrough to pieces, and oh goodness me, that's a bad miss. But certainly football to warm the soul this cold November evening. Here's Clayton Blackmore. Oh, Ravanelli! Oh, fantastic save! Becker's got it again, cleared away in the end by Howie. Not really. Back! Oh, it's a comedy of errors after some excellent football. There was the first chance. Good save, Pavel Cernacek. Howie's clearance, deflecting of Rob Elliott, and Beck, well, that was ambitious to say the least. Juninho. Cut up by David Batty. Ferdinand to Asprilla. Oh, that's lovely! From Faustino Asprilla to David Batty. Does he have the legs? He's played in Les Ferdinand, who's got the finish! And that's going to ease a lot of the tension on the shoulders of Kevin Keegan, because Newcastle United were making chances, but were not taking them. Step forward Les Ferdinand with his best of the match, and he slots it home. A superb finish, but good play from Asprilla. David Batty continued the run. Nigel Pearson caught him up, but Batty did well. See the run of Les Ferdinand, who went first time left-footed. It was far too much for Walsh. It's right through the heart of the Middlesbrough defence. Newcastle lead 2-0, and deservedly so. Musto. Ginola. Asprilla. Cut out by Pearson. Blackmore's header back into Vickers. Juninho. Franco. Good work by Gillespie to intercept. Ferdinand, and look at the run again from Asprilla. Goes out wide to Ginola. Batty's continuing the run, that's who Ginola's after. Batty's control, what's his finish like? It's superb! It is superb! Well, some have unfairly said David Batty only makes 2 forward passes a season. That is simply not true. A top-class midfielder in the Premiership. He gets his third. Newcastle United the 3 up inside half an hour. They're walking him. And that is a goal that'll be wonderfully well celebrated here at St James's Park. Batty here, who did unselfishly gave the ball away to Ferdinand for his goal, then does brilliantly in this situation after what was an excellent pass, I do have to say, from David Ginola. Went blade through, it's first time, it's cut open the defence, and then Batty takes 2 touches to get a shot off, and Walsh could only get a hand to it, but couldn't stop it, and it's 3-0 now. Side pass to Vickers, goes long into space. Rob Elliott should see that out. Very coolly and calmly plays it back to Howie. That's a dreadful pass though. Here's Stamp, here's Beck. Oh, denied by Sodacek. And there's always that edge to Newcastle that occasionally they're going to do something crass in defence. There was your example. What on earth was Batty doing in receiving a pass, running away from it? Pavel Sodacek to the rescue. The Geordie faithful certainly calmed down a little bit since their 3rd goal, but the truth, the last 7 minutes, that half all belongs to Middlesbrough, and the opening moments are belonging to them at the moment, and the opening moments are certainly belonging to them, as Fabrizio Ravanelli gets one back. Well, you know the drill. Start of a brilliant comeback. Just a little bit of consolation. Delightful football, has to be said. Emerson here, and then look at this pass by Beck, but the run from Ravanelli was first class. Able to go and catch Darren Peacock, who could not see him approaching, and then goes first time. That is a brilliant finish. Maybe the keeper should have done more, but he's done so much today already. Middlesbrough will now be saying game on. The manager is going to make an appearance. Here's Ginola. Ferdinand. Asprilla again. Batty. Blanco reads it. Batty will go ahead and pick the ball back up. Gillespie. Good dummy by Batty. He goes again. This is wonderful! Oh, what a goal! And what a performance by David Batty! It's the best bit of Newcastle in the second half. It restores their 3-goal advantage. just fabulous to watch this. Not known for a player that likes to go forwards, but wonderful. The dummy from Asprilla, that finish was just electric from Batty. Picks his spot. That is just one of the best goals I think we're going to see. Though, I think Walsh has made a bit of a howler there in the goal for Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough know it's going to be a tough winter period for them. Here's David Batty. Asprilla. Lovely pass. Good run by Gillespie. Ferdinand is in the middle. That's who the cross is intended for, and that's the result. And Les Ferdinand has his second. Newcastle have it all their own way. 5-1 ahead. Incredibly here, one short of the record win. Lovely work from Asprilla to feed in Keith Gillespie, and it's the sort of cross that Ferdinand thrives on. Pearson could get nowhere near it. Ferdinand said, "Thank you very much." Ravanelli and Robson are both going short for this one. And Ferdinand to mark respectively. Here is Ravanelli. Looping in towards Beck, headed away. Emerson. Is Fester. Emerson again. Musto. This is nice. This is Beck. Good save by Cernacek. Once again, Cernacek to the rescue. Emerson. Musto. Work by Fester to keep the pressure on. Robson. Oh, Beck has just found a way through. And he's dispossessed by Lee Clark. His first contribution since coming on. Here is the young man again. Beck dispossesses him. Game's getting a little sketchy towards the last few minutes of it now. Janino. Beck. Oh, unlucky. Trying to curl it in at their foot, which, to be fair, beginning of the season, Mikael Beck couldn't miss. Now you wonder where his next goal's coming from. The return pass. This is Branco. Good work by Peacock. Batty. He's lost it. Batty. Beck. Tries to go on, Batty wins it back, prize of a penalty not given. Durkin was unmoved there, here's Lee Clark. Stoppage time. Asprilla. Oh, he was caught by Emerson. It's going to be a free kick this. Booking for Emerson. Late there on Asprilla, who is injured. Wonder then. Yeah, the stretcher has been called for. Seemed to get up, then it went straight back down. Asprilla here. Seems to be shin on shin. Hopefully there's no ligament damage. Newcastle, of course, still resting Alan Shearer. That's it. That's confirmed. A big win for Newcastle United. Middlesbrough really didn't have a say, but more importantly, Newcastle United look like they may have a say in the championship race. David Batty, a man of the match performance. He really was first class today, as was the strike partnership of Faustino Asprilla and Les Ferdinand. Ravanelli pulled one back, but Newcastle showed challenging for the championship is all about. St James's Park is jumping. There'll be a party today. Their winner of the Tyne-Tees Derby by 5 goals to 1.
Well, a fabulous result in the end that took place for Newcastle United. A comprehensive win over their rivals and a wonderful occasion. Yeah, Newcastle were fantastic. The great thing about it is today is particularly Faustino Asprilla and David Batty to me stood out as the two players that were making things. Les Ferdinand we know he's going to score goals. He's done it all his life. But these were the players that have really stepped up. David Batty, didn't realise he had a forward pass in him, but he's been fabulous, and his 2 goals fully deserve them. Asprilla, I thought, was great. He worked tirelessly. You know, some people may have said he doesn't have the legs in him, but he really showed it here, and it was an excellent performance. Really was. Well, with that wonderful performance, I suppose we have a little look at the Championship table, and as confirmed, Newcastle United have gone top after that point. Arsenal have gone second, and Liverpool have lost the opportunity to march ahead along with Newcastle United after that defeat to Blackburn Rovers. Manchester United slipped back a joint level with Chelsea, separated on only goal difference. Wins for Aston Villa brings them up the table. West Ham, despite the defeat, stay ahead of Spurs, who played one another. Bottom of the Premiership, Leicester City are down to 11th, and Everton are climbing up behind them. Sheffield Wednesday, though, were on 7 points at the start of the season, haven't been able to score anything more than 7 more over the next 9 games. So David Pleat's men have to go. Middlesbrough, that brings them back down after their excellent starts. Nottingham Forest, they've rooted to the foot of the table. Blackburn Rovers get off after their very first win. Worrying times of Coventry City, they still can't buy a win, and Leeds United, after their win, march up the table. So another weekend of Premiership action draws near, and the Premiership itself is going to take a break for a couple of weeks. Of course, there's international football to come as England look to close out their qualifying campaign for France 98 in 1996, and then of course back Manchester United and Arsenal, but that one's going to be on commercial television, so you have to take our word for that. But a pulsating weekend of Premiership football, and we've got plenty more to go. 4-way race for the Championship, chaps. Still think we've got 4 teams, or do we have to think about including the likes of Chelsea, Aston Villa, Wimbledon and West Ham in that conversation? Let's see where we are by Christmas time. I think by Christmas time we'll have a better idea of who's to challenge it. It's great to see Wimbledon, Aston Villa and West Ham going for it. I don't know if they've got the squads. I know Aston Villa Coca-Cola Cup winners have got potential, but whether they've got the squad to go through. Chelsea, I think, will need a signing or two to really find their form and to find their feet. I feel to really challenge. Nothing to say they can't have a great run of football. Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle United for me. Yeah, I think a significant day. Newcastle United 2 weeks ago beat Manchester United. They've lost to Leicester. They've come back with a massive win over Middlesbrough, and I really think that sets them up. I think they'll be very buoyed by that. And any comments? Worrying times with Liverpool? No, I think now and again you're going to have these moments. I think Blackburn Rovers played nothing like they expected, but I still think at the end of the season it's going to be Newcastle, Arsenal, Liverpool or Manchester United challenging for the Championship. Well, you're going to have to subscribe, hit those notification buttons, and make sure you're ready because we've got plenty more to bring you. But from all of us here tonight, thank you very much for watching. Good night.